All right, so picture this. You've done it. You have built the next big thing, an app that is so clever, so useful that you just know it's going to take the world by storm. You've got it all set up on a single server, and you're ready for your first few users to trickle in.
And then, bam, it happens. Someone big tweets about it, a blog writes a story, and suddenly your app just explodes. That little trickle of users, it becomes a tidal wave. We're talking thousands, then hundreds of thousands of people, all trying to use your app at the exact same time. I mean, it's a dream, right? Well, it's also a complete nightmare just waiting to happen.
Because that one little server you so carefully set up, yeah, it's groaning under the pressure. It's slowing down to a crawl. It's crashing. And this, right here, is the biggest challenge that comes with success. How do you possibly keep the lights on when the entire world decides to show up at your door at once?
Now, let's just be clear about something. This is a fantastic problem to have. It means you actually built something that people love. But it's still a problem, a big one. Your own success is literally breaking your system.
So what's actually going on here? At its core, it's actually pretty simple. Every time a user does something in your app, they send a request to your computer, and your computer sends back a response. Think of your server like a cashier at a grocery store. One cashier can only help so many people. Now, imagine 1 million customers all show up at the same time. The line isn't just long, it's completely frozen. That's your server, totally and utterly overwhelmed.
So, what do? How do you fix this and actually start to grow? Well, fundamentally, you've got two main paths you can go down. You can either get a much bigger machine, or you can get many more machines. And that decision, right there, is the foundation of all system design.
And this brings us to the keyword for today, scalability. It's the answer to our whole bigger versus more question. It's just a system's ability to handle a growing workload by, you guessed it, adding more resources. It's how you grow your app without everything falling apart.
So this lays out our two options perfectly. On one hand, you have vertical scaling, also known as scaling up. That's where you just buy a bigger, faster, more powerful machine. On the other hand, you've got horizontal scaling, or scaling out. This is where you buy more machines and spread the work across all of them. So it's the ultimate choice, one absolute giant of a machine versus an entire army of smaller ones.
So which one's better? Well, to figure that out, we've got to put them head to head and really look at the pros and cons. Because in system design, you need to remember this one thing. Everything is a trade-off.
Okay, now this table, this really gets to the heart of it. Let's break down the big ones. First up, failure. With vertical scaling, you have one big machine. If that machine fails, you're offline. It's a single point of failure. Game over. But with horizontal scaling, if one of your many machines goes down, who cares? The others just pick up the slack. It's way more resilient. Next, let's talk about data. With one machine, all your data is in one place, so it's always perfectly in sync, or consistent. But across a bunch of different machines, making sure every single one has the most up-to-date data, oh man, that is a massive headache. And finally, the most important point, limits. You can only build a single server that's so big before you basically hit the laws of physics. Vertical scaling has a very hard ceiling. But with horizontal scaling, you can just keep adding more machines, forever. Theoretically, it scales beautifully. Now, it does mean you need something called a load balancer. Think of it like a traffic cop directing users to whichever machine is free. But honestly, that's a small price to pay for what is basically infinite growth potential.
So, after seeing that with really clear pros and cons on both sides, you've got to be wondering, what do the big companies, the Googles, the Amazons, the Netflixes of the world, what do they actually do?
Is there a clear winner here? Does one strategy just completely dominate the other in the real world?
The answer is both. Yep, the real world isn't about choosing one or the other. It's about combining them into a really powerful hybrid solution.
And this hybrid approach is just brilliant in its simplicity. You take the best from both worlds. First, you scale vertically. You get the most powerful servers money can buy. That gives you incredible speed and easy data consistency on each machine. Then, you scale horizontally by using many of those super powerful machines all working together. And that gives you the resilience and the insane scalability you need to handle millions of users. You literally get the best of both worlds.
And this brings us to probably the most important lesson in all of system design. It's not about finding some single perfect answer. It's about understanding and balancing all the different forces at play.
So, when engineers are building these huge systems, they are constantly juggling these three questions. Can it handle more users? Can it survive if something breaks? Can we trust the data? And as we've already seen, improving one of these often comes at the expense of another.
So, the crucial point to take away is this. There is no magic bullet.
Building systems that serve millions or even billions of people is an art. It's the art of making these calculated compromises, these trade-offs to meet the very specific needs of whatever you're building.
It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? We've managed to balance speed against resilience and consistency against scale. But as technology keeps pushing forward, as we connect not just millions, but billions of people and devices, what new, completely unforeseen challenges are going to pop up? What's going to be the next great trade-off that defines a whole new generation of technology?